Well, this is somewhere between work and vacation. Robert McGaffin and I set out on this journey from Detroit and Chicago to Las Vegas to be there for the SEMA show and then also to compete in the Optima Streetcar Challenge. So pretty fun trip. We're right now somewhere in Missouri.
Just outside of Springfield, I think.
And most of the route that we're taking was right along Route 66. So Robert actually real quickly pointed that out. And we've been seeking out the oldest sections of the road wherever we can. This piece of road back here is actually amazing. It's a mixture of concrete and really old asphalt, and it just looks cool. But this is a sort of adventure that you can't do just by traveling from point A to point B. In fact, how much do we travel in the first 3 hours yesterday?
I think the first 3 hours we went maybe 58 miles in 4 hours, and I can't tell you how much fun I had doing that.
So this trip is one of the things that I've thought about doing since I rebuilt this car. I've owned this car for 25 years and always drove it a lot. So when I redid it and really focused on road racing and other types of competition, I still wanted to make sure it was street drivable. And what better way to prove that out than driving it on this 2,000-mile trip to SEMA and then also to compete in the Optima Street Challenge. So Robert, why don't you tell us a little bit about what was important to you to come on this trip? Actually,
this is a trip that I've always wanted to do since I was probably a wee little kid. I've driven to and from the Southwest in the back of an old Capri station wagon, and I never really got to see the country. And when this opportunity came up and when we talked about it at Columbus, I was all over it. I was wanting to be the guy in the passenger seat, and I didn't care how uncomfortable the seats were. And so far it's been a really good ride. The car drives and rides really good. It's got a lot of power, all our mounts of gear that we have, and it's been a blast so far. I can't wait to keep going.
I had a pretty good laugh when we started loading up the trunk, and of course we ran out of space pretty quickly, even though this thing's got a huge trunk on it.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of gear, but that's what's allowing us to share this experience with you also through this video, the blog, and eventually even a story on Popular Hot Rodding magazine.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun adventure, and I almost am going to be sad to see it end, but I think the adventure on the way is going to be really cool.
Yeah. Well, I'm being drawn out over 2 weeks, and we've got the drive as part of it.
Yeah.
SEMA, of course, we've both got a lot of work to do while we're at SEMA, but then also heading out to the racetrack on the weekend for the Optima Challenge. It's really, this is a dream. Most people can't do that, and we recognize that. We know how lucky we are, and like I said, we're happy to share it with you. So hope you enjoy the ride, and check back for more updates.
Thanks for coming.